What's up, guys? Before we begin, I'll be live on Twitch tonight with drops enabled for the new Season 3 Twitch content. So if you want to stop by and chat while earning some new in-game loot, you can. We'd love to see you guys out there, and the link's in the description below as always. But for now, back to the regular scheduled content. This past week, we got some cool updates for Modern Warfare and Warzone that I think for the most part was pretty solid. Granted, yes, there were some issues that popped up with matchmaking and servers. We've talked about that here on the channel already, but from the perspective of a new Mastery camo, new Gunsmith custom systems, the new features in Warzone and elsewhere, we got some cool stuff as of late. However, there's still so much that was previewed from the beginning of the season and that we're still waiting to see, even having just had that mid-season update this past week. So with roughly 30 days left on the season as of making this, we have a clearer picture perhaps as to when we can expect some of these items still to be released that you may be interested in, such as a returning map of Hardhat, among other things to come to the game still. So today I want to discuss with you the rest of that content still up on deck and let you know what we can likely see and when it all could be coming. That said, let me know your thoughts below. What are you guys looking forward to out of Season 3 still? Anything in particular you're really hoping for? As well, if you are new to the channel, perhaps even a part of that nearly 82% of viewers who are not subscribed, do be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare and Warzone content on a daily basis. But with all that said, let's talk about content. First, I want to talk about some stuff that is definitively laid out here for us that we have some confirmation is going to be happening in the very near future. Firstly, we can talk a little bit about what is called the Season 3 Reloaded roadmap. This is similar to what we had at the beginning of Season 3, but was something that was introduced with the update that happened on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, in which it was sort of a roadmap for the upcoming week rather than the season at large. It talked a little bit about what's available right now, including, of course, the new stuff of the Most Wanted Warzone contract, which has since been removed. That didn't last long. The new Bruin MK9 LMG, the new Obsidian camo, the Gunsmith customs, and of course the multiplayer playlists and Warzone playlists that we saw active from that update to where we are right now. It also detailed a little bit about what's upcoming, what we see currently going on right now of the triple double weekend with double XP, double weapon XP, and double tier progression, but it also laid out a little bit of what we have next week, that including Gunfight Knives Only, Demolition finally coming into the game, and Gun Game Reloaded. Now, Demolition is something that was actually previewed with the Season 2 launch blog, but never actually came within Season 2. I think there was some sort of cyber attack variation that went live towards the end of Season 2, if I remember correctly, but it wasn't the Demolition that we knew of before, and even by the same regards, it didn't really carry the same weight that Demolition did, with 2 bombs that players have to attack or defend. Instead, it was still that cyber attack, but just with respawns. So that's finally making its introduction within Modern Warfare, but I guess it's still a little bit of the smaller scale items that we can look forward to. One big thing that's already been confirmed, and we kind of have a timetable here for this, which we'll discuss in just a second, but is something that I am incredibly excited for, are nerfs to Akimbo snake shots as well as the RPG. Now, of course, these are both incredibly annoying in MP, but also in Warzone, which is where they're the predominant meta that you will find with players and teams running this almost exclusively. Joe Seacott, co-design director of multiplayer at Infinity Ward, ended up quote tweeting the patch notes that went live for the update 1.20 on a Wednesday, and he said, "Excited to get this update out. We are working on an adjustment for Akimbo snake shots in a smaller update, just needs testing. RPGs are also getting a tuning pass in the next big update to come later on. Good luck, have fun." Now, in terms of timing here for this, it seems like the snake shots just need a little bit of a tuning pass to go through in terms of a playlist update, a hotfix, or something that doesn't require a physical download and something that will take up more space on your hard drive. The RPGs seem to be a little bit held off on that, where we may need a title update, which we'll likely see again just a little bit later on in the season. But with the confirmation of this, it makes me think these are closer than we may anticipate. Maybe even as early as of next week's playlist update. One could hope, but that's not confirmed. But it's nice to see that these are in fact on the radar and going to be tuned and adjusted here accordingly. But that's what we know of. That's what's been publicly stated since this update went live, but there's still a lot of stuff that we can infer and we can now make educated guesses upon and almost kind of pinpoint down when we may be able to see these here based off of what is still available and what we know about the said releases. Now, of course, the big things that I'm sure you guys are definitely looking forward to are probably more maps to play on. There's still cool stuff, I think, to play around with and grind out in Warzone, Warzone, which I'm still having a blast with, but for those of you guys that Warzone may not be your cup of tea, you may be looking for some map of some sort to play with, because yes, we had Backlot, yes, we had a couple of stuff introduced at the beginning of the season, but nothing else since. We didn't have a new ground war map, we didn't have at launch a new gunfight map, we didn't have a ground war map, none of that stuff, but we still do have listed as in season the maps of Hard Hat and Isle 9. Hard Hat being that reimagination or remake, depending on how they take it, from the classic Modern Warfare 3 map, and Isle 9 looking to be seemingly just a cutout of Superstore in a build fit for gunfight. Now, these sort of additions do require a title update, something of a larger download, not just something that will automatically happen like a playlist refresh or our standard Tuesday updates. This will be something that will need to be, one, marketed, and then two, also have some time to pass first-party approval on both Sony's and Microsoft's end, and so therefore I wouldn't expect this to happen as of this upcoming week, but instead at some point down the line, which we'll talk about in just a second. But to continue talking about the content still at hand, let's keep going with that before I jump into when I think this next larger update will come that could bring some of this or maybe even all of it. Outside of maps, we still have a ton of stuff in terms of customization items that are in the game files and what has been even previewed, some of which even added in with this update 1.20 for Modern Warfare and Warzone this past week. We just yesterday talked about the Anime Express and the Plunder Pack yesterday, and Joel Emsley even mentioned that it'll be in the item shop soon, so perhaps even as early as of this upcoming week, because developers don't usually talk about things unless they're just about to happen. Also, there's still plenty of other awesome bundles seen added in that we've yet to see. Such things as the Twin Suns bundle, which includes an awesome 50 GS skin, the Kodiak bundle, which includes a killer Golem bearskin uniform and a nice gold with a wood-finished HDR blueprint. The Servant of Cthulhu has a really cool FR556 blueprint, plus another SUV skin that looks at first glance like a watermelon, but it's actually the tentacles of an octopus. The Avant-Garde bundle, which has two cool variants, one for the AUG that continues that sort of toxic slime approach, and then you have things like the new Mace bundle and other blueprint bundles that we've yet to see, like the Ram 7 Corruptor XRK variant designed for the M4A1, a black and white finish on that, so there's some really cool stuff here with that. But along with the stuff that was added in with the shop and the things that were even added in as of this last update, we also have the bundle for our final operator on the season of Iskra, who for 2,400 COD points comes with an operator, obviously of Iskra, an awesome FR556 build, a cool looking 50 GS, a helicopter skin, a watch, a melee blueprint, a finisher, an operator equip, and then a calling card and an emblem. So there's a lot of stuff even just on that front that we still have yet to see, that up until recently, because of a new databasing system on COD Tracker, we really wouldn't have had any idea that they were even in the game files. But I wouldn't expect all of those previously mentioned things to be featured items, only just some like maybe Iskra and maybe the vehicle bundles. But at the same time, these could be coming at any point. The interesting part with Iskra, though, is the fact that she may be coming even as early as of this upcoming week. That's something that could be possible. We'll talk about in just a second here how the kind of schedule for Season 3 has been knocked off balance by the fact that we didn't get our first update until 3 weeks in, as opposed to our normal 2 weeks. But we saw that Ronin was added in on the 2-week interval and not this last title update. So therefore, that operator release could be something that still happens on a relatively scheduled timetable, thus being our 4th week of the season this upcoming week, introducing what could be another operator in that regard. So maybe Iskra comes then, but if not, she'll probably be introduced in the next title update to follow, which we'll talk about in just a second as to when I think that will be. We also have the Mastery calling cards, which have been talked about for some time now from Joel Emsley, but these being classic throwbacks to things like Modern Warfare 2, where you had the golden calling cards for mastering a specific weapon, which is usually kills or headshots, where in the case of Modern Warfare 2, you had multiple different levels of mastery. You had the mastery where you unlocked all the weapon attachments, you had the 500 kill calling card, you had the 250 headshot prestige master calling card, you had the 2,500 kills silver prestige medal. Then once you got 1,000 headshots with that weapon, you ended up getting the iconic double golden skull calling card for that specific weapon. For Modern Warfare, we don't know if it's going to go to that exact extent, but we know that we're going to have some sort of mastery calling card coming for each of the weapons, to which this has been commented on before, but most recently, once again, by Joe Seacott, who was asked, "Hi Joe, any update on weapon calling cards?" To which he said, "It's in the works, but no date yet." I'd imagine this isn't held off until Season 4, but I would imagine also it requires a title update to come along as well, since it's a new feature being added into the game. So with that, and what we've already discussed, it just comes down to when we think the next title update or title updates for the remainder of Season 3, when they will be. I truthfully think that we'll only see one more title update within Season 3. This mid-season update, if you want to call it that, kind of messed up things in terms of our traditional window of marketing and what we can expect. We've seen that Modern Warfare has kind of worked on a 2-week interval where we'll have an update, a week off, where we just have a regular playlist update, and then normally if there's another update scheduled, that second week is when we see the title update happen. So it's a peak week, valley week, and so on and so forth. But Season 3 started out a little bit differently. We saw Season 3's launch, and then we saw our next update coming on that third week, not the second week. So by the timing still left within this, we have 4 weeks and a couple of days left, which kind of leaves us on an off balance whenever we think about our traditional marketing with this. So I definitely think that I'd scratch off this upcoming week as a date that we can consider. I don't think that's going to happen, but then that leaves us with the prospect of maybe the 12th into the 13th for an update if they do these overnight updates, or the 19th into the 20th. Either way, we're going to have a different interval in timing between this last update and our next one based off of, again, that 3 weeks and trying to get back on schedule. Because unless they double up, which there doesn't really seem to be a huge reason as to why they would, we're either going to pick up on that 2-week interval where it happens on the 12th and the 13th and then have a 3-week wait, or have that 3-week wait now until we get to the 19th or 20th, to which then it picks up with the normal pattern leading into Season 4. But for now, that's really all speculation, I guess, but that's what I wanted to talk about here with you guys and what we know of for the remainder of Season 3. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section down below. Are you looking forward to anything in particular that we may have discussed here in this video? Maybe we didn't cover something you're looking forward to, and if that's the case, feel free to let me know again down there in the comments. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. We got you covered here on the channel, so if any of that interests you, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected from outside of YouTube. I live on both those, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.